Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Knowledge Box and Cooking. Today I'm going to explain 7th standard English lesson, the 3 question. Hope it helps you. Once upon a time there was a certain king who knew he would never fail if he knew the answer to his 3 questions. These questions were: what is the right time to begin something? Which people should he listen to? What is the most important thing for him to do? To find the answer, he sent messengers throughout the kingdom, promising a large sum of money to the correct person. Many wise men came but failed because there were different answers to all the questions, which made him dissatisfied with the answer. Then he decided to get his answer from a hermit who was known for his wisdom. The hermit who lived in the woods had never left the woods and had never met anyone but simple people. With this much information, he decided to dress up ordinarily to meet him before reaching his hut. The king left his house with his bodyguard and went on alone. When he reached the hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. The hermit greeted the king and continued digging. He was an old and weak man. The king asked him the answer of his 3 questions. However, the hermit didn't answer. He just kept on digging. The king then took his spade from him and dug. The hermit thanked him. After digging 2 bells, the king repeated his questions. However, instead of answering him, he asked for the spade so that he could dig. But the king did not give him the spade and continued to dig. The sun set. The king stood up and asked the hermit if he would answer his questions. If not, then he would go home. Then someone came running. It was a bedridden man who had pressed his hands against his stomach from where blood was flowing. The king and the hermit treated him and then the bleeding stopped. After regaining consciousness, the bedman apologized to the king and explained who he was. Actually, the bedman was the king's enemy and sought revenge from him, as the king had once seized his brother's property and had put him to death. However, the king had saved his life, and so the man declared himself to his most faithful servant. After the conversation with the bad man was over, he went to the hermit and repeated his question. The hermit replied the king had got his answer already, and to clear his doubts, he gave the answer. The most important time is now. The most necessary person is the person you are with at a particular moment, and the most important business is to do the person good.